Well, welcome back, everyone. We've started off this week with a down day, and it's a busy week with a lot of Fed speakers, back end loaded with data. Thursday and Friday, we get inflation data, the CPI and the PPI for the US market. We also get on Friday earnings season kicking off in earnest with the big banks reporting. Now, loan loss provisions, whether or not they're taking more write-offs, that kind of stuff is going to be write-downs. That's going to be very important at the end of the week. Now, getting there, on Wednesday, in the afternoon, we get the FOMC meeting minutes. Today has been a down day, but the down day has taken us into a major support area. Support formed by the highs, initially all-time highs made in July, and then the attempt to retest those highs made at the back end of August. And of course, then after the Japanic Monday, well, that was the Japanic Monday with the highs made right over here, not at the end of August. The dip down didn't take us all the way back, but it did reverse and made highs in a cluster before we broke out to new all-time highs and have been in this sideways range. Now, the down here comes with enough support underneath it to say it's going to take a little bit more power to punch down through it. The likelier outcome is a test of a little bit of a lower low, i.e. the lows down over here, and potentially getting into that 563-ish area to potentially all the way down to the bottom of the weekly pivot range, followed by likelier a bounce. A catalyst would likely be required to really punch this market down ahead of key inflation data and the Fed minutes. But let's take the tools that 33-time real money on-site domestic and international trading champion Rob Hoffman has built over decades to identify likely outcome. You're looking at a daily candlestick chart right now of the Russell, of the Dow, of the S&P, and of course the NASDAQ futures. What do we note here? Red candles across the board, yes. Have we lost the champion cross buy signal? The answer on the daily chart for the Russell is no. For the Dow, it's no. For the S&P, it's no. And for the NASDAQ, it's no. However, we are not in a buy signal state that's active to be accumulated. So what I'm going to do is flip it over to 4-hour charts. And as you look at the 4-hour charts across the board over here, one of the things that you probably notice is the similarities between all of the charts in terms of how we've dipped, come back up off the floor, and we are, by and large, on 4-hour timeframes, in a sell signal state, an active sell signal state. So you can see that on the Russell. You can see that on the Dow. You can see it, of course, very clearly here on the S&P. But the S&P doesn't have the full sell signal. It's transitioning into it. We don't have the champion cross block at the bottom of the screen. Neither does the NASDAQ. So this actually opens the door for a potential dip and bounce rather than a breakdown. Nonetheless, caution is to be had. And we are moving into the back end of the week, which does contain potentially a lot of volatility. We've got big data, as mentioned, and earnings season starting. Friday is a key day to really set the tone for a good chunk of the balance of October. And of course, we've got the election coming up near and geopolitical risks higher. Be safe, take good care, and come and join us at the next Wealth 365 Summit. It is the next biggest and greatest summit that will help you understand from the point of view of traders, investors, how they are approaching this election season and the transformation and transition we are seeing in the global markets. To be sure, we're in a world that has so much debt that's not going to be handled well. However, what's on the other side of that from an investing and trading standpoint? I'm going to be sharing my ideas there. There's going to be a ton of incredible strategists. Look out for folks like Lori coming back. Ted's going to make an appearance, and you folks have been asking for that. You're going to see Dr. Keith there, and of course, you're going to see Rob provide you with special training that he's never done before. So it's going to be an incredible summit. Starts on October the 14th. Go to joinziad.com and get your seat now. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.